Welcome back to Blood and Wine. Last episode we found out who this professor was and what his motivations were. Turns out he had a son who was taken by a witcher with the lost surprise, and he sought to reverse, but failed and ended up enhancing instead. So we're gonna reap the benefits from that as soon as we kill a centipede, which I suspect is what we're hearing up there.
Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics.
Way out somewhere. Oh, there's some stairs, I think. Or, no? Oh, there we go. On the wall. I'm gonna throw on some insect oil.
She's not in a good mood.
Pop that. Instantly popped the black blood. spin attack is brutal. A very convenient broken wall. Let's hop in this strange contraption. I gotta ditch my armor.
Intriguing as machinery goes, mutagens might work on me as they did on his son. Well, time to find out.
Wonder if Geralt's gonna tell Eskel and Lambert about this wonder. Maybe his good old Leto tell him. Will help him keep away from Imperial assassins. Getting about time to head into town and hit the vendor. And dismantle all this crap I've been gathering. I have just enough ability points to unlock this. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Just looking at what all these do. God, I think I sold a lot, or destroyed a lot of greater greens, like in Hearts of Stone, just to get them out of my bags. That sucks. That's gonna be really overpowered when I pop the science potion.
A power cell for portals. Feels dead. Maybe a sign will revive it.
That was well worth the effort. I'm not ready to do the main quest just yet. I think I'm gonna do a bit of exploring here. I'm gonna check out what this marker is. A couple thousand crowns worth of loot in there too. Can't wait to New Game Plus with this mutagen active.
Marcus spores will sprout again. Should destroy the area if I want to get rid of them for good.
Need to refill my white Rafford. I'm gonna check out this marker next. See what's up with that. I think the plan is to make my way to that notice board.
Come on, Roach.
It's a little north of the lake.
Come on now.
Oh, someone riding that doesn't attack me. What a land. Let's check this out first.
Let's go!
Keep calm! Start no brawls!
Notice it's all Nilfgaardian soldiers guarding the prison. Guess that's the only place where they have their presence known. Gotta see what that question mark is. Can't leave it be.
Ah!
I'm gonna borrow your boat, fellas.
Pile of work remains the same.
By borrow, I mean you're gonna have to find it on the other end of the lake. Actually, I'm going to check out these two markers that are close to the water, and I'm going to make my way to my new winery. That's the plan for this. I see just to see if they cleared out the Brooks's carcass. Alright, I need to get out of here. Who? Or did I get that treasure? I don't think I did. That can't be it. I'm gonna go down there and recheck just to be absolutely sure. It's just a glitch. It's gotta be. Let's test out my new OP sign. Yep, that is awesome. Don't tell me I can't get my boat. Okay. Far out is this wreck? Not far out. I've already almost drowned twice today. Let's go for broke. In the ship. That view. Their boat is none the worse for wear. I just hope they have a GPS tracker on it. Ooh, what do we have here? Roach was in the lake that whole time.
That's it, Roach. Faster.
Be called the Geralt and Yennefer estate when I put my name on it.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibley family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
A headsman like that is someone you'd want doing your execution if you were in the Middle Ages and were a criminal. Because some of them took 6, 7, 8 swings to actually kill someone. Which is kind of why they invented the guillotine.
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
In fact, Henry King actually executed one
Behold,
of his
sir,
wives
your
with swords
estate
to be
in
nice.
all its splendor.
Because a sword
Pretty
always
vast.
took one swing.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of majordomos. My father was a majordomo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to majordomo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Anyone remember Ragnaros's majordomo?
The servants' quarters.
Said that fight so many
I
times,
occupy
but
the
I can't even
green
remember how it went.
With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be
Or what he
paid
dropped.
from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Geralt get some olive
Down
oil
below lies your vineyard,
going.
where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one
Make some money
of
on
the
that.
world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Are there any barrels of it in the cellar?
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
He commits suicide by jumping into a well. That's like just a broken leg 99 times out of 100. A well?
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
How much is all this going to cost me?
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
I dare say Yen will be impressed with this place.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
If Geralt can get over his annoyance with portals, he could, you know, spend the summers in Kaer Morhen.
The cellars, voila.
Come here for the
During
other months
Monsieur
of the year.
Bolus's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
That was a lot of work, friend. Entrails about 6 or 7 nights plus the vampire.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Let's see how much
Mentioned
this
the
is
place
gonna
could
run.
stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes! We certainly should. The way I see things,
What if we're
given
gonna
your
get income
trade,
from this
sir,
property?
it would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
Then we can go back to
In
that
my
huckster
trade, my blades
in
get dull pretty quick.
Velen.
Could use a grindstone. Professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
I'm betting we
Thanks.
can do more.
Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.